Good morning and welcome back to North Dakota Today. Well, more than 369,000 incidents of financial abuse targeting older adults are reported to authorities in the U.S. each year, causing an estimated $4.8 billion in losses. As we near World Elder Abuse Awareness Day on June 15th, Scott Nelson, a volunteer with AARP North Dakota, is here to tell us more. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, when we hear abuse, we normally think of physical, emotional abuse. But how pervasive is financial abuse?
Well, as you pointed out, over 369,000 incidents of financial abuse reported, with nearly $5 billion in losses projected. That's about $13,000 per incident. And these numbers are likely highly underreported and understate the problem. Often people who are victims of financial abuse are too embarrassed or ashamed to come forward. And sometimes they don't report it or they'll try to hide it.
Well, that is interesting. So what does financial exploitation look like?
Oh, there are so many scams going on nowadays. Could be attention, romance scams, people who are caregivers who try to financially exploit the people they're working with by finding information. They'll try to play on emotion and urgency and try to convince people not to tell anybody. So watch out for anyone, even someone you thought you knew or your loved one could trust. Because these people have to be watched. You have to be very careful with your financial information.
Yes, well, that is so important. How can older people protect themselves, and what can we do to stop elder financial exploitation before it occurs?
Well, you can take a few steps. Encourage your loved ones to designate a trusted individual, someone they trust, to help with their financial transactions, and suggest that they add a trusted contact to their financial institutions, someone that the financial institutions can contact if they see any questionable activity on their accounts. And this is a person who doesn't necessarily have access to the accounts, can make the transactions on them, just someone who can be another contact for the financial institutions to get a hold of if the named person is not available.
Absolutely. Well, that is all good tips. So what are things that people can do on a day-to-day basis to avoid scams?
Number one, sign up for the Do Not Call registry to try to limit the number of incoming scam calls. When no longer needed, shred your junk mail, old bills, statements, anything with identifying information on it to keep it from falling into the wrong hands. Don't give out any personal information over the telephone to anyone unless you've originated the call, because many people are going to try to convince you to give up information over the phone. Particularly safeguard your Social Security number and your Medicare account numbers. Don't ever sign something you don't understand completely. Have a trusted individual, someone with you to help you decipher some of these financial contracts and other legal documents. And if you hire someone for personal assistance, do your due diligence. Make sure that they are properly vetted, even to the extent of a full criminal background check, just to make sure you're protecting yourself against people who may not be the best.
Absolutely. What else would you like people to know about this topic?
Okay, most importantly, financial exploitation is a crime. So please, if you ever think you have been subjected to financial abuse, contact your local law enforcement, your police, county sheriff. Do that through trusted phone numbers or through 911. Another resource is AARP has a fraud watch network at www.aarp.org/fraud watch network, all one word, or call the AARP helpline at 1-877-908-3360. And if you can detect a scam, you can help stop one. So be a fraud fighter.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Scott, for that crucial information.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Of course, we have much more North Dakota Today coming up after the break.